Needs new electron containment unit. That's why I won't do anything. You get a dead battery. He don't want to listen. Whatever. Hi everybody, welcome back. What we have here is something a little interesting and new. This is a carburetor assembly from a 2007 Honda Shadow 700 V-twin motorcycle. And the thing randomly shuts off while driving. So I'm going to pull the carb apart and just make sure that its idle jet is not plugged up full of varnish or gunk or whatever. These things can clog up and get buildup in them if they sit for a long time. And considering that this 2007 motorcycle only has 2,000 miles on it, I'm going to assume it has sat for a long time. So first I'm going to go ahead and pull the bowl off of the float valve. That is what is inside of here. The way that functions is fuel is fed into the unit via gravity from the tank, and there's a little float with a needle and seat valve inside of it. When the bowl fills up, the float rises up, it pushes the valve up, the valve closes and shuts off the fuel supply to the carburetor. And as the throttle is opened, air is passing through, and it will create a low pressure on this side and suck fuel up from the center of the bowl, atomize it, and then send it through the engine. In a nutshell. Now, according to Eric O from South Main Auto, I am no snowblower technician, but I have worked on a motorcycle from time to time. See, we don't have any snow down here in sunny Florida, so we have power sports to play with. This would include motorcycles and ATVs and side-by-sides and jet skis and whatnot. Let's see, that's I'm gonna have to take out this little mini cotter pin right there. Oh, and you know what? I'm going to have to break my rule because I may have to reuse this little cotter pin because I don't think I have any that are this size. And we're not a power sports dealer, so having stuff like this on hand would be kind of rare. Come out, little pin. Now if I can just manage to get this out without breaking it, that would be an accomplishment. Because then I'm up a creek, so to speak. Ah, I rhymed. I'll be up a creek missing this little pin right here. And that would be bad. Okay, let's see what we have here. Looks pretty good. We may be encountering a dead-end situation. Oh, I don't know. Look at that gasket there. I bet this gasket was folded in. Could have been. Well, I'll make sure I put that on properly. What I'm going to do is just pull these jets out, blow some air through them, spray some brake clean inside, and put it all back together. This is the float right here. That's our needle valve. There's the seat down there. And when the float, gravity. Now keep in mind this unit is inverted, but when the float rises, it will leverage this valve up some, and that will seat against its mating surface inside and will stop the fuel flow from entering the bowl. Very basic principles of operation. You guys can't see. That doesn't look like it's got a clog in it, but we'll blow it out anyway. Reverse click. looks pretty good too. Whoa! Flashlight gravity. Yeah, you guys can see there. There's no clog in this one either. Still gonna run some spray through it because that was the goal of the day, but I don't believe that the shutting down problem was caused by the carburetor. There could be something else going on, like a vacuum leak right here at this torn hose. Okay. I'm gonna pull this down as much as I can within reason, just to make sure that no component goes untouched. That's very spring-loaded. Caution. That's pretty clean. Alright, everything in there is pretty clean. This can go back together. Carburetor click. Okay. Let's pull the other half of this jet out. No, I'm not seeing any restrictions. You can see right here the needle attached to the plunger on the other side here. See it? Alright, let's give all this stuff some spray. I'll put it back together. Doo-doo-doo, there it is. See if we can see a deficiency in the spray pattern out of these side holes. A couple of the middle ones looked a little funky. Better now. Let's blast some air through here just to ensure there is no debris. Mini clicks. A lot of times if these are very, very dirty, you gotta go in there with like a poker. Scrape the debris off. These are pretty clean. And these are brass, they're very soft, so the clicks do need to be miniature. Otherwise, things get over torqued and they strip. Then they don't flow air properly or fuel. In the face. Ding, text message. Someone's communicating with me. Maybe they're trying to reach me on my car insurance. Or my extended warranty. Or solar panels. You guys get those ones, the solar panels? You want to sell you solar panels for your house? Okay. carburetor jet click. There. Okay, the needle valve is still in the float. Stick that guy back down in its home. Then the pin. There's nothing that retains this pin except for the sides of the case of the pole. So we just kind of stick it in all loose like. I'm going to clean up this funky gasket. It's got some crud and stuff on it. We don't need that. Give it a spray down. Okay, that spray had little effect on the level of crust on this. I tried to wipe it off with a towel. It didn't seem to help much. See, I don't like that right there. It wants to fold out towards the center. I know. I'll just put a little bit of grease there, and that should make it sticky enough to stay. There we go. And I'll do some over there too. My text message is still dinging. I wonder who it could be. Yeah, it's solar panel people. We're calling from a local number, and I don't know the number, therefore I don't know the person. And caption. Yep, gasket's right where it's supposed to be. I can see it. Again, this is a component not to be over torqued. It's made out of soft aluminum and is fragile. Click. Okay, the bowl is back on. Give me back my tool. Let's put the linkage back where it goes. I will now begin soul damaging maneuvers because this pin is being reused. Bend. Defeated by a cotter pin. Yeah, I need to have my guy get some new hoses for this right here. This split in the hose is not going to work. It's going to allow air to come in or fuel to come out. Okay, that's kind of all I can do at this point. Unfortunately, cleaning was not the solution to the problem with this motorcycle. I wish it were, but that's just not the case here. So, we'll troubleshoot other avenues of repair after this thing goes back on. We also want to make sure that there's no dry rot and cracks on this intake manifold right here. These things like to crack behind the clamps and they draw in air. Okay folks, this will conclude the internal tour of this Honda motorcycle carburetor assembly. I was hoping to find a bunch of dirty, crowded upness in the jets, but unfortunately that's not the case. But at least we got to go inside this thing and verify that it is indeed, and in fact, clean, and should be operating as designed. We may have had a gasket that was out of place over here that could have been an issue. I don't think so, because it didn't really leak any fuel. It's possible, but not very probable. So we're gonna have to go back to the drawing board on this thing and see what else could possibly be causing the stalling issue. Perhaps my guy just is not overly familiar with motorcycles and needs to turn his idle up a little bit. I will advise him on that moving forward. So, all that being said, as always, I'd like to thank you guys for watching my video. I want to let you know that I appreciate you being here, especially since you're here all the way to the end. Since you are here all the way to the end, I'm going to assume that you like this video. If in fact you did like this video and my assumption is correct, please feel free to communicate that to me effectively by tapping that like button down below. That button is what lets me and YouTube know that I've done a good job here today. And as I'm sure you know by now, if YouTube thinks that I've done a good job here, it is far more likely to recommend my content to other potential viewers. And that's good for me, it's also good for the other viewers. So again, and as always, thank you guys for watching. And most importantly, do not forget to have yourselves a great day. See you guys later.